A company so successful its name has become a verb. From a simple yet powerful search engine, Google has expanded into the realms of email, maps, news, blogs, cloud computing, ebooks, and even video. They paid $1.65 billion for YouTube 3 years ago. And amazingly, all of this has been free of cost to the end user. But that doesn't mean Google isn't profitable. Instead, they like to use tasteful, low-key online advertising to rake in record profits year after year. And now there's something new on the horizon, and it's called Google Voice. Think Skype meets Gmail. Now, while it's important to note that it's only restricted to the good old USA for now, we thought the idea was still cool enough to ponder on for a minute or two. And given the company's global vision, international support really can't be far off. The premise is simple. You sign up and get a phone number from Google. Using the online interface, you can then assign that number to any other phone or phones that you currently use. Then, when someone calls your Google Voice number, the call is routed to your designated number.
Or numbers. Your Google Voice number basically becomes the access point for the universe to access you.
Pretty simple.
The number can be assigned to a cell phone or a landline, or both.
You can set different messages for different callers and even define whose call gets routed where.
Say a really close friend calls the Google Voice number. You can set it so that all of your numbers ring when they call, your work, home, and mobile. A colleague gets your work number, and that really annoying someone gets your all-purpose, multi-flexible Google voicemail, again and again and again.
You can make calls using the number from your computer or using a smartphone with a Google Voice app, but it gets even better. You can use the online interface to send, receive, and store and search SMSs similar to the way Gmail works.
What makes this interface extra cool is that
the service also comes with a voice mailbox that will also transcribe any voicemail you receive into text.
Meaning that the interface, which incidentally can be accessed through the web on your phone as well, is a complete text readout of voicemail messages, SMSs, and missed calls. Any voicemail recorded through Google Voice, that is any voicemail, can be accessed from any one of your designated phones or online through a voice recording or a transcript.
Now, while the system is still in its beta form and often yields somewhat hilarious results, it's still a pretty cool option.
And there's more.
There's conference calling, there's call recording, call screening, call switching. It's got everything you ever wanted your phone to be and then some.
One of our favorite little quirky pluses of the service is that calls can be moved between configured telephones during a call. We're just having fun thinking of scenarios where that may come in handy. There's also the listening in functionality, which gives you the option of listening to someone as they're leaving you a voicemail. Someone been giving you attitude recently? All you have to do is wait for them to need your help, watch them call, and listen to them squirm. Or if your intentions are somewhat nobler, there's also the option of pressing the star key to actually take the call as someone leaves you a message.
And best of all, it's free for all calls and text messages within the USA. You can use the service to call abroad as well, and the rates are quite reasonable, similar to those offered by calling cards or services like Skype. And this option also marks one of Google's first mainstream attempts to actually sell a service to consumers. And it's a pretty clever ploy because once you get comfortable forking over your hard-earned cash to Google, who knows what they'll try and sell to us next.
Well, first things first. Obviously being hit hard by the utter lack of cost involved in making a call through Google Voice, AT&T has been suspected as the voice of influence behind the great iPhone banning Google Voice applications. While the service can still be used on an iPhone, the app provided a beautifully seamless platform for Google Voice. The wheels of controversy and drama are still in full motion, as Apple apparently denies that it actually rejected Google Voice. Some further insight reveals that apart from AT&T, Google Voice also directly affects iPhone sales. Attaching such momentous significance to the Google Voice technology at such an early stage might seem ludicrous, but if all the pieces fall into place, it may well change the fundamental nature of one of the sticking points of our social fabric, the telephone call.